Well, my name is Landon. I'm 32 years old, and I just joined St. John Vianney College Seminary a couple of months ago. And I've been told that I should tell my vocation story today. So, yeah, 32, you've had a lot of life experience. You know, I grew up in Tucson, Arizona, and ended up going to college the first time at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. And so I had the travel bug when I was young, and I went to the Merchant Marine Academy because I wanted to travel. And so I ended up having a career on ships, working on drilling rigs, container ships, and sailed around the world in my early 20s, lots of adventures. And I think the story kind of begins with a conversion to not just living for self and occasionally helping out people and being an optimistic, nice guy, but really working for the poor in a substantial way. And so I got to Romania when I was about 25 years old. And I had a job working in the Black Sea, drilling for oil, and I had an apartment in downtown Bucharest. And basically, I met a Sister of Mercy, and she was working for the poor there. She started up an organization to help the poorest of the poor in Romania, and they have a big problem with poverty there. I looked into her eyes, I saw a saint. I said, I want what you have. And so basically from that point on, I spent all of my time off of work, off the rig, working and experiencing what most of the human beings in the world experience, which is, abject poverty. And it was in all of my travels, and all the things that I've done, all the adventure seeking and vainglory, it was like better than reading any book. It was the real deal, just working with the poor and experiencing the joy of the Gospels. And you were the one who receives when you're in that encounter, so it was incredible. So after about a year and a half of doing that in Romania, I decided that I had to order my life to charity itself, love itself, and that's what the Christian life is. It's, the Christian perfection consists in charity. It's that simple. And so I thought that a great way to express it partially would be nursing, to become a registered nurse. So I did a career change at 27 and went to nursing school and got a degree in nursing and did a couple years nursing in a hospital in Kentucky, and then another one in Jacksonville. So that's kind of the love story begins with the poor for me, and that's where I kind of found Christ, and in the patients in the hospital, the same thing. And in the background, in the depths of my heart, I always was hoping for a wife and a family. And so financially speaking, I was tucking away money to eventually support a family. But God's will is not always man's will. It's that simple. And so I've been reminded that a couple of times, and I was to the point where I was abandoned to God's will and just not trying to make sense of things, but just working as a nurse, living a single life. And eventually, it seems like a very late call at 32 years old, but I felt a call to go to seminary. And I have not had an instinct to always hang around religious people, have religious friends, Catholic friends, but I've never been one to be in youth groups and things like this. I go to church, receive the sacraments, thank the priest, say goodbye, and then go out into the world. And so now I'm here at seminary in very institutionalized with a whole lot of religious people. And this is the only path to the priesthood where you can spread the joy of the Gospels through preaching. And we'll see, seminary is a place of discernment. And I think it would be disingenuous to say, dead set on being a priest. No, I'm open to God's will, and you find that in the present moment. So right now, He wants me to be a seminarian, good seminarian, and I'm enjoying the studies, and we'll see where it takes me.